Hi everyone, welcome to today's episode on the parenting mirror. So many parents have this mindset that they want to help their children, but that helping your children may not be the real thing your children needs. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about two parenting habits that are not always questioned, and that's, choosing the discipline your children are going to go into, and also comparing your children. So joined with me today is
Esther Chinenwa. Hi everyone.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be on your platform today. Thank
It's
you.
all right. So today we're going to be discussing on very important issues, and I'm going to ask you some questions while I will also be awaiting your responses as regards your experience and also by observation. So
Thank you so much.
Miss Esther,
Yes.
growing up, were you ever pushed into a certain discipline, by your parents, and how did it make you feel? Also, I also want to hear from you. Some children that their parents actually force them into a certain discipline, does it really have impact on them in the future?
I think that's a very nice question. And let me start from my own self,
Yeah.
Yes. In the sense that when I was growing up, I was this kind of person that used to be quiet. At the same time, I talk. Or should I say, I play, but not a lot. Now, from my dad, he wanted me to be a lawyer. Because, oh God, because, you can't win me. I'm always quiet. But when it comes about truth, it comes about trust, it comes about saying everything that happened. I was just like a CCTV camera in our home. I explain in details, even when I went to message or whatever I do in the house. And I always read newspapers. I give my parents all information on ground.
Yeah.
But at a point, when I grew up, I have to be in SS1 where we choose the courses we are meant to choose. I think I like biology.
Okay.
I think I like chemistry, apart from physics. Physics was somehow not hectic, but because the teacher I have then was boring. I think that's the reason why I didn't fall in love with physics. Okay, now, another thing that caught my attention instead of becoming a lawyer was passion. I have this driven passion of seeing someone that is sick. I know I can pray for the person to be healed, but at the same time, I don't like wounds. Like, I want to clean the wounds. Oh, are you sick? I just want to make sure that I take good care of you until you get whole. Then, I like seeing when a nurse pierces the needle into the vein. I just want to treat the person to get better. So with that, I have to talk to my dad, but he kept on pressing me to become a lawyer in life. So when he found out that after my first work, I was able to make it once and for all. But when it comes to literature, when it comes to anything about art subjects, I'm always good. I'm excellent. There was nothing like a C or a B. I always have an A in all my art subjects. But it was my passion that, groomed me out to become who I am today. And my mom always wanted me to be a nurse, though she allowed me to be who I want to become in life. So I think for me, that's the reason why my parents allowed me. They actually especially my dad, he actually pushed me every time. Can't you see that you can speak? Can't you see that you can do this? But I think I did not allow that to affect me. But my passion and my purpose in life drove me to become who I am today.
So how do you feel about who you have become,
I'm happy. I'm just happy. I'm satisfied. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like becoming more of who I am. I'm fulfilled.
And that's very important.
And now they are happy too. Because when they are sick, they'll be like, I'm sick.
They have a free medication.
Exactly. I'm the one to treat them.
Free consultation.
Exactly. I can do it. So I think they have a fulfilled personality in their family.
In their family. Okay. That's nice. Okay. I also want to hear your take on this. Can a child actually succeed in a path that the parents, forced them into? What do you think about that?
I think yes. At the same time, no.
Okay.
Okay, let me bring A and B. Okay, for example, A is the particular person that the parents pushed. And if A didn't put the mind in that subject, let me assume the parent, okay, let me assume it's me. I am the A, for instance, and my parents wanted me to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
Okay, now let me say, yes, I can argue and I can defend myself, and you can't win me. Had it been I put my mind there, I think I could have been successful too, though somehow inside of me, I could have been feeling somehow how I wished I became a medical doctor? How I wished I became a scientist?
Okay, that means
Let's say B now is the type that wants to satisfy and please the parents. Now, if B want to please the parents, and let's say B has it in mind, okay, my parents had the money, let me just do it. Then later I do what I have in mind, because I have friends like that. When they are finished studying mechanical engineering, they're like, if I want to go back to medicine because that is my purpose and that is my wish and that's the choice I want to make. So I think somehow they might not be satisfied. They will have this unfulfilled life, but they just want to help their parents get the first, degree, then later go back to become who they want to become. And with that, I think it's there's a little advantage there because it's somehow a waste of time.
Yeah. That's a disadvantage.
A waste of purpose, a waste of time.
A waste of time.
And I don't think they can be fulfilled. Peradventure is the time.
I feel, my own end, I feel like they can be successful.
Yes.
Like they can be successful.
Except
but
the grace
they
of
may
God.
not be fulfilled.
Exactly.
Right? And for me, a definition of success is also fulfillment.
Exactly.
Yeah, they both go hand in hand. So
exactly.
For parents who really wish well for their children, you also have to consider them being, fulfilled in what they are doing. So we should try help or guide them into pursuing what their fulfillment should be or is, than forcing them into living our own dreams.
Exactly.
Sometimes this thing comes from the place of people not being able, parents not fulfilling their own dreams, you get? So they try to, live it through their children. Yes. So I think the best thing for a child is to be fulfilled and also successful. Anywhere you find fulfillment, that's where your own success will really be. Right? Okay. One more thing, what are the long-term effects, some adults face, when their parents actually force them into taking up certain disciplines or career paths? Yeah, what do you think are the long-term effects?
At a particular stage,
yeah,
they might experience difficulty.
Okay.
Though some persons, be it failure like carryovers and co.
Yeah, they struggle.
Yeah, they struggle. Their first year and second year might be okay, but within the third or fourth semester, they'll start struggling. They'll have facing difficulty.
Yeah.
Challenges.
Even it can also result to identity crisis.
Yes,
for some children.
Exactly, and making them feel as if they are not able to be who they want to become.
Yes,
and they were having this mindset of, I don't know it. I can't be this. I'm feeling less of myself.
Low self-esteem.
Exactly.
Lack of confidence.
Exactly, because they're still struggling to become the personality that their parents want them to become.
Yes,
I think that's one of the disadvantages.
Yes. It's okay. So let's go on to the second aspect of our discussion today. Right. That's parents trying to compare one child to the other. And that leaves a lot of scars on children, unknown to the parents. I know sometimes, most times, the intention of parents is actually to see the best in their children.
Yeah.
But then the approach is where the problem lies. You know. So we want to explore some points now. We want to start with, what are the possible things parents can do to help their children become who they should be, without having to compare them, without bringing competition in between.
Okay, I think parenting, modeling, and guiding. Should I use that word? Yes, I think that should be the best thing, because I'm sorry, my parents didn't compare me with another person. But I see some parents saying, can't you see your mates becoming this? No. Either my parents will always, like, my mom is one of my model.
Okay.
God
That's
is my
lovely.
first. Yes, God is my first model, then my mom. Now, I think in parenting, coming aspect, instead of you to tell me, why can't you be like Blessing, Stella, and maybe Christabel? My mommy is the type that will mold me to become whom she wants me to become. Everything is about timing. Now, I don't know if Christabel actually know how to cook. So my mom have to teach me how to cook, how to become a woman, how to make the home how it ought to be. But when it comes to me, you comparing me, it will make me to be feeling less of who I am. As if I am not.
Definitely.
Let me use the word, maybe I'm not beautiful, I am not well created. But my mom always tell you, this is who you are. You're meant to be a queen. You're meant to be a woman God wants you to become, because you're beautifully and wonderfully made.
So she was seeing the bigger picture of you.
And then, especially the word of God. Wow. So I don't think comparison is okay, because it might make the person feel less, let me say, less of his or herself, not feeling valued.
And worthy.
Yes, and worthy in the family.
So let me ask you something. Why
Okay.
do you think parents compare children? Though we've said a little of it, but
Yeah.
let's be more direct this time. Why do you think parents
Okay.
compare their children? You know?
Okay. I think somehow the reason why they compare, maybe they want the person to grow, not knowing that they are trying to create an impression of deterioration, let me use that word, on the person's life. Now, maybe they actually want their daughter to grow or their son to grow. At least let them see this picture of, you're not meant to be crawling at this time, you're meant to be at this stage.
Yeah.
I guess maybe to the person's parents, be like, Chika, I want you to grow. Can't you see your mates are actually running? I want you to run.
Okay, so the thing is, they actually is from a place of is it
Idea.
of care and love. Actually,
Yes.
that's the mindset.
Yes.
The only thing is that it now leaves other scars on the children.
Yes,
Right.
and make
It
them
leaves
bitter.
effects. It
Yes.
leaves some effects on them and
Yes.
like aftermath. So I think that the right or better approach is, you observe children uniquely
Guide
and
them.
distinctly, right?
Yes.
You observe their character and know how to, encourage them. Like for instance, instead of saying you are smarter or your brother is smarter than you can actually say, okay, I've noticed you've improved since the last week. Like
Yes.
talking to you now, I'll say, okay, Esther, I noticed you've improved since last week. Maybe
Exactly.
improved in your results, improved in something.
Yes.
Not actually that your sister is better than you in a bid to help you do better, right?
Yes.
Instead of, do you understand
Yes,
what I'm
and
saying?
at the same time, knowing the person's not just weakness, knowing where the person is good at,
And
then
and
grooming
also
the person.
from there,
Yes,
from there,
that's
you
saying,
have to start
yeah,
with
that's
what they are good at first,
exactly.
and
Than
then
comparing.
you now talk about what they need to improve on.
Exactly.
Okay,
I think that's
okay.
good.
All right. So let's also take this. Is comparison ever helpful? Like, is
It's not
there is it
healthy.
is not
No,
healthy
no,
at
it's
all,
not healthy.
right?
It's not helpful.
It's not. Okay. We've been discussing a lot about comparing children and how parents can actually do it better so that they can get better results, right? How do you think a parent can actually identify a child's strengths like early?
Okay. Identifying a child's strength early. I think first of all, attacking or knowing the child weaknesses. Observing.
Observing.
Observation comes first. Now, when you put your eye down on a child, let's say in a crèche or in a nursery section, you know that some kids after eating they sleep. So why some after eating they play? They start playing. They have this phase of they want to play. Why there are some they feel like they want to draw.
Okay.
So I think observation comes first.
First.
First of all, you observe what the child does and what he or she is good in. I think with that, guidance comes in the next. So after guiding, maybe modeling, like you direct. Modeling has to do with direction. You not direct the child on going to the left or going to the right. I
Okay,
think
so
that's okay.
that's interesting. You actually made the right point there. So for you to really help your child, you need to observe, and as a parent, you need to know something. Children are not all the same,
Exactly.
and our journeys are also unique. They are not the same also.
Different.
So it's our duty to actually identify your children's strengths and their weaknesses,
Exactly.
and as a parent also make it a habit to always spot those their strengths and commend them for it.
Exactly.
Don't always point at the faults or the areas their deficiencies. No, as a parent, look at the areas your children actually have strength and they are doing so well and commend them, and then look for better ways to also talk them into improving or guiding them into becoming better.
Yeah.
So that's that for that. What role should communication actually play in helping children choose a path?
I think first of all, having this communication with parents and children, whenever they comes back home, maybe asking them question, how was school today, then maybe from there you can know their disabilities, maybe where they are finding it difficult, maybe in area of learning, understanding what the teacher has taught within the day. With them, you can encourage them. Okay, honey, why don't you think you can change to arts since you are finding difficult to to understand chemistry, to understand biology, to understand physics. Even after bringing a tutor, maybe we find out that this child have not really gotten to the stage you want, to the point of maybe having, even if at least a B, even if it's not an A, or even a C, he or she is still struggling. I think with that communication of, mommy, I'm sorry, it's not that I'm struggling. Maybe I don't like my teacher. she's harsh. You can change the teacher. Or mommy, she can't teach well. You know that, okay, the fault is from the teacher. Or, mommy, I'm sorry, she's good, but I'm still finding it difficult. I forget easily. With that kind of interaction and communication, you can notice that, okay, this child, okay, you're not meant to be in science. Okay, can we change? Let's go to arts. And maybe within the first or second term, and you find that, this girl was able to, kick off. And from maybe 0 to 40 or 50 points in the grade, I think we can attest that this person can go to that part. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
God
And
bless
I
you.
love this very point of communication, actually.
Yeah.
So it's the responsibility of parents to actually create a safe space
Yes.
for that child to even say or air his or her
Out,
views. Do you get?
yes.
So we should create that environment where children can actually communicate and say what their pain points are.
Pay attention
Yeah, pay
to
attention
them.
to your children,
Yeah.
so that it's easier to guide them properly.
Yeah.
Because when you give them that room where they can air their views, then you can easily identify what the issues are and how to address it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So thank you so much for joining us today. From our whole discussion today, you can see parenting is not about raising a perfect child. Is about raising a wholesome child.
Yeah.
Okay. We are so happy that you joined us today. I'm your favorite host, Mrs. Tochi Peter. Write in the comment section. We want you to write your comments and your contributions.
Yeah.
There, we want to visit them and know what we can actually add to in next episode.
Yeah.
So till next time, bye.